Okay. Watch this video before you apply for the Capital One Quicksilver's Cash Rewards credit card, because you might learn something that you didn't know before, and you'll be glad you watched it. With glasses, no glasses, I'm gonna try this with my glasses. I can barely see without them. So let's move along. Hi, my name is Marvin, and I am an actual holder of the Capital One Cash Rewards, the Capital One Quicksilver Cash Rewards credit card. And I just want to talk today a little bit about it. Being an actual user, I've had the card for over a year now. I actually went back and checked to see exactly when I got the card, and I got this card way back in October 2003. And so I have this card, I've been having it for a while. I pay it each month, and this is going to be just kind of my thoughts and experience from using this card and being a card holder, and where I get the card again, and what I recommend it to other people. And just to make you aware, there will be a link down in the description box along with this video, which will allow you to check out more information about the card. You can also see if you pre-qualify or if you can get pre-approval for the card without worrying about a hit to your credit, so that we can find out if the card's actually, a good card for you or not. And if it's not a good card for you, you can learn quickly without any kind of real harsh effects on your credit score. So again, my name is Marvin. I have had the Quicksilver card for over a year now, and this is going to be my personal and honest review of the Quicksilver, or the Capital One Quicksilver Cashback Rewards credit card, and just kind of what it's been like for me. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can, especially some of the more frequently asked questions. I'm going to try to answer those as well. So let's go back in time. A lot of people are going to want to know right off the bat, is this card a good card for beginners? And speaking of the person who actually got the card while I was actually rebuilding my credit, use like a little back history on me personally. There was a time where I had like really good, pretty solid credit, and then unfortunately some things happened to where my credit just kind of became bad, right? So I got another card before getting this card, and it helped me to rebuild my credit. And so I have a video about that on my channel. That's not really super important, right? Because you're not here for that. You're here to go ahead and hear about the Capital One Quicksilver's Rewards card, right? So I had got a card prior to this card, and it helped me build my credit up to where I could apply for the Capital One Quicksilver's Rewards card. And when I applied for the card, I believe I actually was sent like either a pre-approval notice or a pre-qualification notice at the time. And I was like, I'm going to see if I'm eligible for this card. And my score at that time, I want to say, was in the mid to sort of high. I think it was like in the mid 600s at that point, right? And according to current sources that I pulled today and kind of looked up, I'm saying you're probably going to want to have, at least for this particular card, have a score of at least around 690 to have a good shot of getting this card. Now, that's not to say you can't still get the card if you have a lower score than that, but it's more likely that you'll be eligible to get the card if you have a score in the upper 600s, right, before you can get it. So if it's a good card for beginners, I would say for anyone who's wanting to get a credit card and doesn't want to have to fool with a whole bunch of complicated rules, especially when it comes to cashback, if you never had a cashback card before. One of the cool things I like about this card is that you do get, just on the top, on every purchase, you get 1.5% cash back on every purchase. And a lot of times with cards like these, or any kind of rewards program, a lot of times it seems like it takes forever for you to get that credit back. So in this card, or with this card, I've noticed that generally once I make a purchase, within about 3 to 5 days, actually most of the time a lot sooner than that, I'm actually seeing that cash back in my actual account, and I can actually use that cash back right away. I recently used the cash back that I got not that long ago to actually help give money to a charity that I give money to each year. And I was like, okay, cool. I was able to actually turn that money around real fast and use it to actually, put it towards something that I actually care about. So, I'm very happy with the cashback option that the Quicksilver, or that the Capital One Quicksilver Rewards card gives. So that's one of the biggest highlights. And then also when I applied for the card, they had a 15-month 0 APR percentage that you could take advantage of. This also applied to balance transfers, which I didn't have to do a balance transfer at the time. I didn't need to do one at the time, and so I didn't need to take advantage of that. But if you're looking to do that as well, that's an option you can look at doing, or you consider this card for as well. So between the cashback 1.5% on everything, and you get it pretty quickly, I would say again, probably within 48 to 72 hours, you're probably going to see that cashback in your account roughly. 0% APR for 15 months, which I'm actually still within that window right now. So I'm still taking advantage of that, over a year later, which is cool. And then also the no annual fee that they had for the card. Just really great benefits and definitely big pros of this card. And for anyone looking for any cons of the card, for me, I kind of wish the cashback was a little bit more. But, I'm happy with the card overall. I've gotten to use the reward points towards not only covering purchases that I've already made on the card, but you can actually get that cashback, sent to you if you would like, an actual, money form, so you can spend it however you want to spend it. But I find it to be the quickest way to get that cashback and to enjoy that cashback is just to go ahead and just apply that towards purchases that you've already made, as well as if you have any other Capital One cards, you can transfer those rewards from that card to another card that you have under the same account real easily. Or even take, cashback rewards you have on another card and transfer it over to this card. So that's another really cool benefit, I would say, as well. Another thing I did want to bring up is that sometimes with cards, when you run into a situation and you call customer service for help, you want to actually be helped. You don't want to feel like they're just getting in the way of what's happening. So I just want to talk about a small issue I had a little while back. I had went ahead and bought a online software or service that was supposed to help me with building my YouTube channel, and I was really excited about this service. It seemed like everything was on the up and up, so I purchased the service only to find out that when I finally purchased it and I got access to it, there actually was no actual service. It was like defunct. So of course, I was upset about it, and I used my Capital One card to purchase access to the service. So I called Capital One. I said, hey, I tried to contact the actual merchant first to see if they were like, no, hear me out and just cancel my subscription. And I heard nothing back from this person or from this merchant. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm not hearing anything back. And I've given them about a week or so to kind of respond to this, and they haven't responded. So my next step was to go to Capital One and have them dispute that charge with them and try to get that money back. So I contacted Capital One, said, hey, this is the situation. And they said, okay, cool. We're going to go ahead and just take down some information, and then we're going to go ahead and try to rectify this for you as quickly as possible. And so they went ahead and rectified that situation for me, I want to say within just a few days. And then they told me, if they heard anything back from that merchant, they said, if there's any kickback from the merchant, we'll let you know. But as of right now, we went ahead and just credited back your account, and you can use that funds as soon as it's available. So they went ahead and just credited me back for that tricky subscription situation I was in without a big hassle. We just talked on the phone and gave them the information about the merchant, all the information they would need in order to go ahead and do that dispute on my account and to give me a resolution. And they did it really fast, and I was really happy about that because I thought it was going to be like this really big, painful ordeal. I think I had spent like around $70 or $80 on the subscription for the service, and I wanted that money back because if I'm not getting the service, why am I paying for it, right? So I was able to get that done and taken care of with Capital One. I was very happy about the outcome on that. I was really happy about that, so I would definitely recommend them. If you run into a situation like that again where you need to put or file a dispute and get your money back on something. So that's really great to have. That's why I kind of would always recommend, if you're going to purchase something online, to use a credit card, so that way if something happens funny with that merchant or that place you're shopping from, you can dispute that with your credit card company if you're not able to get that resolved on your own through or with the merchant. So now it's kind of want to come to the part of the video where I kind of want to try to answer some of the most common excuse me, got a little tickle in my throat. I kind of want to answer some of the most common questions that people are asking about the Capital One cashback rewards credit card on this review. So I'm just going to go through these real quick. So hopefully I'll answer one of your questions here in case you're wondering. Again, if you want to go ahead and see if you pre-qualify or if you can get pre-approved for this card before actually applying for the card directly, you can check out the link below. And I will try to have a video which will go over the next steps on how that would work for you. And just to put a disclaimer out there, if you decide to take action on that and you decide to go ahead and apply for the card itself, I will be receiving compensation for that, for getting you over to apply for the card. So I just want to be totally open about that. In case anyone was wondering, that would be compensated for your approval if you get approved for the card. So again, you can go and check and see if you'll be pre-approved or pre-qualified by going to the link in the description box, and the link may also be in this video. If you for some reason can't get the description box or you don't see it in the comments, you can basically just go to the link that's in this video that I provided here. So I'm just going to go down the questions, do a Q&A session for the Capital One Quicksilver Cash Rewards card, and we're going to see if I can go ahead and answer those questions that you may have or may never even thought of having. But also, quick note, this card can also be known as the Capital One Quicksilver Credit Card World Elite MasterCard. So for those wondering if this is a Visa or a MasterCard, this would fall under MasterCard. So that's a common question that some people kind of wonder about. Is it MasterCard the Visa? It's a MasterCard. Like, what's the interest rate, right? Like, so the APR is going to be anywhere from 19.49% all the way up, I believe, to like 26%, and then all the way up further to like 29-point-something% at that point. So just kind of give you an idea of kind of what to expect with this card. Interest rate rise once the interest actually does hit. And just to make you aware, the link below that's going to take you to see if you're pre-qualified or pre-approved for the card, there will be a special 0% APR for 15 months that you can take advantage of, along with a $200 cash bonus for you if you apply for the card and you get it and you spend at least $500 within the first 3 months of using or having the card. So if you want to take advantage of that $200 cashback bonus I received when I got the card after I spent the $500 minimum within 3 months, you can get that there. You can learn more about that again at that link. It'll be either in this video or in the description box below. The question to note, is Capital One Quicksilver credit card worth it? And I would say it is. For me, it was. I haven't had any major issues with the card. Any problems that I did have, like the dispute that I mentioned earlier, it was resolved pretty quickly, and I was happy about that. So there you go. Is the Capital One Quicksilver Cashback Rewards card good? I would say yes. Yes, the card is good. And I feel like there's something else. Oh, and no annual fee. No annual fee for this card. And just to make it where there are actually several different versions of the Quicksilver Capital One card out there. The one I'm talking about in this particular review is the one for people with pretty much excellent credit. So that would be, you know, the high 600s and up. Not to say you can't still apply for the card if you don't have those kind of credit scores, because you have, again, 4 different Quicksilver cards. One's for excellent credit, one's for people with good credit. There's a Quicksilver One card, and then there's also a Quicksilver One secured card as well. Don't quote me on this. Okay, so some people may be wondering, does the Capital One Quicksilver card do balance transfers? And yes, you can do a balance transfer on the card, especially within the first 15 months with a 0% APR on that. But there will be a charge or a balance transfer fee. So you want to check and see what that fee is going to be like before you do your balance transfer to make sure it's actually going to be worth it before you actually do the transfer. You don't end up actually paying more money just for transferring it due to the fee. They do also have different like little discounts and things you can get, like for different services like hotels and restaurants and things like that. So make sure you check those things out when you get into your account, and once you're approved and once you have access to your online account. Someone may be wondering, does Capital One Quicksilver card have cash advance, and actually they do. And so when I got approved for my card, the credit limit that I received at the time, which I'll go over this as well, it was over $7,000. So right now, and actually it's more than that, but I'm going to say the exact amount. But yeah, so the credit limit for the Capital One Quicksilver credit card or cash rewards credit card is going to be anywhere, I believe, from like around $750 all the way up to $10,000, depending on your credit history and what they say whenever you look at, or whenever they actually look at your application, and they'll determine on how much your credit limit is going to be at that time. But again, the credit limit for the Capital One Quicksilver Cash Rewards card will be somewhere between $750 all the way up to $10,000, again, depending on what your credit history is like, and what they deem you worthy for at the time. And you can always be eligible to increase that as long as you pay your bill on time, try to pay in full each time. Well, again, I recommend the Capital One Quicksilver's rewards or cash rewards credit card to anyone who's looking to expand their credit, who wants a simple cashback program, a $200 cashback bonus for anyone who applies through the link that's below in the description box or in this video, and you spend at least $500 within the first 3 months. And the easiest way to hit that is just to basically, once you get your card, to go ahead and put all your normal spending on there and then pay that off when your statement is due, and then you'll reach that probably pretty quickly, because most people spend a lot of money, unfortunately, right now when it comes to groceries and gas. So you can probably rack it up probably within the first month real quickly, like I probably did at the time. So again, my name is Marvin. I appreciate experience with this card. Again, I've had the card for over a year and I like the card. I would recommend it to just about everyone. So again, make sure you check out that link again in the description box or in this video, which will take you to the place so you can see if you pre-qualify or can get pre-approval for the card today. And again, you can check that out without any hit to your credit or to your credit score. So check it out while you can. Go apply. Go see if you pre-qualify. Go do it now. Hi, this is Marvin. I want to thank you for watching my video today, and I just want to let you know what's going to happen when you click on my link here, which will take you to the page to pre-qualify or to get pre-approved for the Capital One Quicksilver Rewards credit card, which I hope you have enjoyed with this review. So it's going to take you to this page or a page like this. Let's say refer a friend. So your friend thinks you'll love a Capital One Quicksilver Rewards card. Again, the 1.5 unlimited cash back on every purchase, plus a $200 cash bonus if you spend $500 within the first 3 months. You can find it if you're pre-approved with no risk to your credit score instantly. You can either go ahead and apply for it, or you can see if you're pre-approved. If you're not sure, I'd probably go and recommend clicking on the see if you're pre-approved, and it goes over the card details. Everything you kind of need to know. Frequently asked questions will be on here. The terms of the card, the actual APR rates that you'll be eligible for if you are approved for the card, and the 0% introductory APR for the first 15 months that your account is open. And it goes over all the different details. All the information you need to know about the card will be on this website. So what I would recommend to do first is to avoid a hard pull or hard inquiry. Just simply click on the see if you're pre-approved button, and it will take you here. On this new page, you can see if you're pre-approved for the Quicksilver Rewards card. Just follow the instructions and fill out the appropriate information. Frequently asked questions are down below, and that is it. So again, this is what's going to happen when you click on the referral link, and again, if you decide to take action on this referral link and you're approved for the card, I will receive some kind of compensation back for that. So I appreciate that in advance. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments, and good luck to you, and I hope that you get approved for the Capital One Quicksilver Cash Rewards card. And I hope you have enjoyed this review of the card, which is I think a good card for anyone just wanting to have a simple, straightforward credit card with simple cash back. So I hope you enjoyed this. Go ahead and go click the link in the description box now and go see